Hello everyone and welcome back to the Motorsports Vodcast. In this week's episode, we're going to talk about Formula One. Really excited because it's one of my greatest passion. The question is going to be really simple today. Is Formula One organization taking enough action to reduce their environmental impact? That's the question for today. So first, the cars used in Formula One are powered by highly engineered high-performance engines that require a significant amount of fuel to work at peak efficiency. An official F1 report from 2019 says that the sport is producing more than 256,000 tons of CO2 each season, including emissions of logistics, teams, and events as well. Exact statistics on the carbon emission of Formula One can be pretty difficult to determine, as there are various factors to consider, including the amount of fuel consumed during races and practices, travel emissions, and the emission for the production and maintenance of cars and infrastructures. The impact of Formula One on gas and carbon emission is not limited to the racetrack. Formula One teams and support staff travel around the world to attend races, and this travel generates a significant amount of greenhouse gas emission. In 2019, it was estimated that the Formula One season resulted in more than 103,000 tons of emission just from air travel, which is a lot. Additionally, the construction and operation of F1 tracks and facilities also contribute to carbon emissions. An article from The Guardian, published by Jill Richards, analyzing an official F1 report in 2021, stated that more than 45% of the carbon is from air, sea, and road transport, required logistically to put on each race, and a further 27.7% from the transport of personnel, promoters, and partners as well. In my opinion, due to his inseparable link with the automotive markets, which focuses on profit despite the environment, concerns about the sustainability of the sports have grown in recent years, using conflict theory, assuming that the social aspect of F1 is always economically determined, even from the driver's perspective. During an interview with ESPN in 2019, the seven-time world champion Lewis Hamilton exposed his concern. He said, "I think for at least the next 50 years, you are going to have the same question asked. F1 is only implementing a net carbon neutral status in 10 years' time, and I don't fully understand why that doesn't change sooner. These large corporations that have a lot of money and power behind them and can definitely make change happen quicker, but it's just not their number one priority." I totally agree with all those concerns, and I think that Formula One must take massive action to make changes, and it's not enough for the moment. As evidenced by a study of Paulo Reis Mourão from the University of Minho in Portugal in 2018, who proved that the process made to reduce cars' emissions are really small and have barely changed usually. Mr. Mourão said, although deep changes towards a more ecologically sustainable sports were introduced in Formula One's regulation in the recent 2009-2011 period, our analysts did not detect a significant change in the global level of CO2 emitted by F1 cars during Sunday races, which is pretty bad. I think there is a lot more to improve in the sports to reduce its impact on the environment. To discover some of these solutions, I suggest you read a study named Impact of Automotive and Motorcycle Sports on the Environment and made by Boyan Doytchev from the National Sports Academy Vassil Levski in Bulgaria. This document provides a list of potential action that could help motorsports to be more sustainable, such as focusing on viewers' behavior, event organizer, and traffic managers. Mr. Doytchev declared, "The combined efforts of various institutions are needed to increase the popularity and awareness of sport that can be realized under optimum environmental conditions and do not impair its environmental sustainability. This necessitates an up-to-date environmental policy and education aimed at future development in this direction." I really like this quote because it reflects exactly what I think about the situation. The sports must continue to explore new ways to reduce its environmental impact. But I truly believe that as a high-profile and highly visible sports, Formula One has the ability to set an example and inspire action in other people.